Take a look at Benjamin Moore's Starry Night Blue. A beautifully beautiful blue. I almost said bluetiful. That would have been weird. I want to talk to you all about this color. All about it. Have you ever looked at a paint color like this and wondered, how am I gonna use that in my home? Well, my new best friend watching, that's what I'm here to help you with in this video. I'm gonna give you all the need to know information about Starry Night Blue, how light or dark the color actually is, and also put together a fun little color palette consisting of some color pairings that I've chosen for it. If you're familiar with the paint world here on YouTube or in general, then there's a chance you're aware of the company Benjamin Moore. Just a little known company after all. This color was made by that company. And not only that, Starry Night Blue was selected as one of the 8 trendy colors for 2023 moving into that new year. There's a lot of really rich and I would say alternative choices that the company made. And I think that speaks to our communal craving for color. There's a good portion of us that have seen all the beiges we need to see. It's time for something else. And I think this color is a pretty good representation of that. At its core, the color is a dark blue. And we can figure out exactly how dark it is by finding out its light reflectance value. Really easy to do. Just do a Google search for Starry Night Blue Benjamin Moore and their website should pop up. You click on the color, scroll down a little bit, and boom, there's the LRV. LRV, light reflectance value, acronyms. So Starry Night Blue is a 5.52 LRV, which is really dark. Pure absolute black is 0 on the LRV scale, and they haven't really made a paint that has that 0 LRV. They've come close, but not quite 0. And pure white on the other side of things is 100. So that means Starry Night Blue is fairly close to black, technically speaking. But in practical use, it brings in enough saturation and more importantly, that blue vibrancy where it won't really read as black unless you turn the lights really low in whatever room you decide to use it in. This is a color that radiates an almost indigo navy blue purple coloration that makes it a really interesting alternative to your more traditional shaded navy blues, namely Hail Navy, for example, which we've seen all over kitchen cabinets everywhere, at least on the bottom section of cabinets, am I right? I'm not being facetious, I still think Hail Navy and all navy blues are timeless and classic and popular for a reason. But I will say that if you're the type of person that appreciates that aesthetic, but maybe you want to go for something a little more whimsical and different, Starry Night Blue could be that color to replace your more traditional navy blue cabinets, for example. Also, an obvious choice is to pop this into a bedroom because I don't know about you, but I love sleeping in a darker bedroom, so I don't even need to use my eye blanket at night. We call our eye masks eye blankets for some reason. I don't know, it's just a cuter way of imagining a tiny little blanket for your face instead of a mask because I'm so done with masks. Gosh, I'm getting heated, y'all. I'm sweating. But honestly, that's how I sort of look at colors in general. Maybe a dark indigo isn't going to be everyone's go-to furniture or cabinet color, but navy blue is, and we've seen it work time and time again. So you're not too far off from one to the next. The general colors have some similarities, but each one provides a different feel or vibe, which could mesh and resonate even better with you. The easy implementation of this color is clearly in small accent doses like painted furniture, artwork, picture frames, whatever you want. I wouldn't see myself painting my living room this color necessarily, but a powder room? No brainer. Now for the fun part, where I present to you my color palette for Starry Night Sky, consisting of a white color pairing, a light color, a medium, and a dark color. Also briefly touch on a fun pairing that I've taken from those Color Trends colors at the end. Although some of you may already know which color that is, because I've already mentioned it in a previous video. So to start things off, the first pairing is Steam alongside Starry Night Blue. And I selected it because it's becoming my favorite soft and understated white paint color. It's extremely versatile and likable. It introduces just a hint of warmth, which will be noticeable next to a deep dark blue, but not so much that the baseboards you paint them with will look like they've been yellowing over time. So it really has a nice balance of being clean and soft, which will work great. The light pairing is Full Moon, and essentially we're just doubling down on blue here, but in an extremely subtle fashion. It has more depth than you think with a 76.5 LRV, meaning it won't just look like a plain white, but at the same time, next to Starry Night Blue, you may not notice any of that blue undertone found in Full Moon, but really they mesh so well. By the way, as a little bonus, as I'm going through these colors, see if you can guess my inspiration behind them. I'm pretty sure the next one might give it away, but here goes. Oxford Gold is my mid-tone color choice, and boy oh boy, this color is bright. An energetic combination of orange and yellow. This is definitely a mega accent color to go alongside Starry Night Blue. You don't want a lot of this color in your palette, just little pops here and there for a zesty punch to add some intrigue to the space. You can maybe use this sort of color on a sofa, more than likely on maybe an accent chair, but it could be even as minimal as a couple of fun yellow candle holders or something. Just because I'm presenting this as a paint color, it doesn't necessarily need to be used in paint form. Just keep that in mind. The dark color I want to go with is Universal Black. Not too different from the black that Benjamin Moore paired with the color trend colors in Onyx, but why I like Universal Black in this case is because it does take a baby step towards the cool side of things, yet also seems to have this sort of smoky feel to it. It's one of my preferred black paints to use outside. In fact, that yellow we just talked about is also a pretty awesome front door color, if you really want to go crazy, but I digress. Now, all of these colors together sort of looks like something familiar, doesn't it? If you're remotely into art, you may already know what I'm talking about. Altogether, this Starry Night Blue palette was heavily inspired by Van Gogh's Starry Night. Are you team Van Gogh, Gogh, or Go? I don't know. I'm the pronunciation king after all, but you can always play with ratios here in this color palette. You don't need to paint your whole room or your hallway Starry Night Blue and then throw a gold accent wall here and there and then put Full Moon on a dresser. Maybe you just go for the light cool gray as your main color and then have pops of dark blue and a touch of gold here and there. There's a lot you can do here, whether you want something more bold or something a little more conservative. If you've seen my previous videos on some of these other trendy colors, then you know I love Starry Night Blue mixed with the controversial Savannah Green, purely based on how they interact with one another. The blue makes Savannah Green look Savannah Gold, almost like a harvest gold, which I'm still very into. This color is also pretty cool as well. Check it out for more color inspiration, because I'm trying to keep these color palettes as diverse as possible. See you in the next one.